My goodness, if it isn't the little sheep. Oh yes, of course, the little ram. I didn't think I'd see you moving into our quarters so soon. I knew you'd do well for yourself once you shook off the nerves. I've been greatly entertained by your battles, as have the spectators. I'm glad your master is pleased enough with you to let you move into the better rooms with us. Never would have thought I'd see a little ram in the top-tier fighters' quarters. Really? You requested to be transferred here specifically? I don't even know what to say. I am honored. Deeply.
Give it a rest, Brutus. What sort of gladiator are you? Celebrating a mere sheep joining our quarters.
A mere sheep? This little ram's earned his place with us within a few weeks. That is more than impressive enough to celebrate.
It was all because he was pitched against you in his first battle. Beyond perhaps myself. I cannot think of another more terrifying opponent. After facing you, everyone else must have appeared as easy prey.
I doubt I have anything to do with it. He has more training than either of us did when we were brought here.
Ah, yes. Straight from the fodder camps. Into this pit of human derangement. Congratulations.
No, excuse him. Muriel's not a very sociable creature. He much prefers solitude. It took him a while to grow fond of me.
Fond? Who said anything about fond? I tolerate you, and that is as far as my affection extends.
Muriel, could you stop your pull-ups for 1 second? At least attempt to put on a welcoming countenance.
To what end? We will all be rotated out of here, one way or another. Regardless of our talent. Once we've met our use, our masters take us away. Gods know what becomes of us then.
Don't let him put you off. He's much more amiable than he lets on. But let's leave that for now. You're here. You got moved up. You've outdone yourself, little ram. That's quite incredible. Oh, you should have seen him, Muriel. On his first day,
I saw him. I was there. The whole arena was watching. Wanting to see the little curly-headed sheep in action against the mighty Brutus. We haven't had a sheep in the proving grounds in quite some time.
Ram, Muriel. He's a ram.
I'll call him what I wish. Oh, going to start a fight over it, are we, Curls? If you can't handle being called something you don't like, you'll never make it here.
Hey, easy now. No reason to get at each other now. There's space in these quarters for all three of us to coexist calmly and peacefully. And Curls, I kinda like that.
This isn't about space, Brutus. It's about understanding where we stand.
Good one. A snake hybrid, standing.
Keep out of this. You, Curls. You think you can just barge in here and expect acceptance and support. In this place, you earn the right to respect and dignity. Moving up so quickly proves nothing. There are years of arena experience dividing the two of us. The ground you and I stand on.
Hey, stand.
Is far from level. The distance between us is so great that you should be flattered I'm even speaking to you.
Give up the intimidation tactic, Muriel. Curls here deserves to be proud of this achievement. He's gone through so much.
He hasn't gone through me.
Brutus, there's a problem. The masters in charge of this week's provisions have sent far fewer crates than we were promised.
3 days earlier, not enough food. Which masters are responsible for this shipment?
Trum and Gaius.
Has anyone questioned them? Have they entered with the carts?
Of course they haven't. Those two...
Have they, Elias?
I'm afraid not. The carts have just been wheeled in by their servants. Trum and Gaius themselves are nowhere to be seen.
Cowards. They know what they've done, and yet they refuse to even shortchange us in person.
True. Other masters follow orders and procedure. Even if they don't care to speak with us, there's an understanding on these things. Most of them do their duty and communicate with us at the courtyard gates.
You are our representative, Brutus, but they didn't even wait for you to arrive at the usual time. We estimate there's only enough to feed half of us a full meal for the next month. Or half rations for twice that time. What do we do?
I say, we use the servants as leverage. Are they still helping unload the carts?
They are, but...
Then let us seize them, threaten their lives unless we are given what little we are entitled to in this miserable pit.
Let us not punish them for their master's actions. Even if we did, do you think their lives would mean anything to those who sent them right into our hands?
We cannot just let them go. They are all that connects us to those who cheated us our fair due.
Again, Micheal, I doubt they could do anything to help the situation. They're not even useful ransoms, as Trum and Gaius sent them straight in without a care for what would happen when we discovered the truth.
Their hands shake with every crate they unload. They're just innocent youths who are terrified that we will kill them at any moment. Who knows what lies they've been fed about hybrid kind?
Of course. Let them go when they're done, Elias.
Understood. But what's to be done about the provisions?
Nothing directly. The messengers and other servants might carry our complaints to some of our masters, but there's only one way we can truly put pressure on them all.
If you have a plan, let's hear it.
It's in their best interest to keep us all fit, healthy and fed. So this can't be a combined effort. Merely Trum and Gaius shirking their duties. Any master invested enough to own a Gladiator would never risk causing them to underperform through negligence. I mean, just look at Micheal. You think those bulging muscles are just a result of his constant exercising?
I would say they are, Brutus. How dare you undermine...
You wouldn't be able to grow that strong without enough meat. Come on. None of us can put on muscle without the generous portions we're given. The crowds love a sculpted gladiator, and our masters know that. If they only knew that the ones in charge of this month's supplies messed up so badly, they wouldn't be happy about it at all.
Still waiting for that plan, Brutus. I've got a fight in a bit. Can we hurry this up?
All right. Here's what I propose. In your next battle, refuse to fight. You and your opponent.
What kind of plan is that? Do you want us dragged away forever?
Hear me out. The worst loss for a master is a forfeit in the arena, either from death or surrender. In both cases, they lose a great deal. Spread the word. Tell all the others that we must all, every single one of us, refuse to fight when our turn has come.
I understand the idea. But must it be my fate to be the first acting out this plan?
If we are all in agreement, then you will not be alone. We should all chant together.
Oh yes, I'm sure the all-powerful humans who own us like cattle will be scared by a little chanting.
It's not to scare them, it's to tell them what we want.
For this to work, we'll need everyone's voice. Cynics like Micheal included.
I might be cynical, but I covet my 4 meals a day as much as any of us. If we decide on a chant, I'll lend my voice, with the aim of fairness.
Very good. What's a good chant? Curls, you have any ideas?
That's not bad. I like it.
Short but informative. Do you want to go with that then?
Don't look at me. I'm only after the meat.
Unless someone comes up with something better, let everyone know the plan and the words, Elias. Report back to me if you need help rallying anyone to action.
Trom and Gaius will not be punished for this, you know.
I know. Don't worry, Curls. All will be made right. That was Elias, by the way. He's a hawk hybrid. Have you had the pleasure of going up against him yet? No? Well, he's a terrific fighter. Now keep an eye on his talons and you should be fine. But don't tell anyone I told you that. He's relatively new here too. Been with us a year. He's integrated quite well. Oh, Trom and Gaius. Now we call them masters, even though they don't own any gladiators. In Saldrenor, anyone in a position of power relating to the arena is called a master. Usually, wealthy patrons are tasked with contributing to certain tasks regarding our care or the organisation of...
They all draw straws each month to see who's going to feed the pets this time.
That's a very crude and unflattering way of saying it, but basically yes. No, not all masters are like that.
Not all masters want you to think they're like that. But they'd all act the same if they could. They're just not as daft as those two. If no one puts up a fight about what these morons did, all the others will start shirking their duties too. You'll see, Brutus. Even our own masters.
You always jump to the darkest of outcomes. Again, no master would intentionally underfeed their gladiator. They'll be irritated if it happened and humiliated to have caused such an uproar.
What if you're wrong? What if our chanting falls on deaf ears?
It's not like they can get rid of us. Every gladiator here represents a rich master's investment. They can't all sell us, and they won't kill us either. We have all the advantage.
Advantage? Do you even hear yourself? Chanting for the bare minimum and celebrating it as if we aren't deserving of more.
We gladiators have more handed to us than any other hybrid kind. We must hold on to what we can, if we are not to despair. It's hard work, but it's nearly the highest rewarding position for our kind.
And how pathetic is that?
In this world, it's the best we could hope for. Being grateful for what we have is the only way to live without bitterness.
See? Even your little sheep friend knows how cruel and unfair life is.
I can't imagine life in the fodder camps was very kind to you, Curls. I hoped that you'd find a bit more stability in the better treatment we have here. I swear you've put on a few pounds since you got here. That's got to count for something, along with all those wins under your belt. Hey now, hey, I told you, don't even think about that.
I might concede to finding this one surprising. We agree on yet another matter. The world is not built for masters and servants. It's built for folk who stick shoulder to shoulder. Why should we not attempt to escape and live as equals amongst ourselves?
Because we all know it's futile. If there's one way to actually die in this place, it's more from escape attempts than another gladiator.
That may be the case. Yet, how long has it been since anyone has tried? The world is filled with idiots. Trom and Gaius are proof. And they were put in charge of our most important requirements. Who's to say that an idiot or two aren't in charge of, say, guarding the doors, or refreshing the spell crystals?
No, please, don't let him get your hopes up, girls. I told you already, you had higher chances of escape from the fodder camps. Here, you could die just from tripping the wrong spell. Of course we know there's spells. I told you exactly what defenses are in place. Because I've seen them. I've been here so long, you just have to trust me. How long has it been since I've seen the full defenses?
Oh my. I like this line of questioning.
Alright, let's entertain this fantasy. Let's say we try. Let's say even that we succeed. We break out. All three of us or more. We get out into the streets of Sodrenor. What do? Where do you think we'll even be able to go? Everyone as far as the Howling Peaks knows of us two, Micheal, if our fame is not exaggerated. We will not be able to blend in. We could hide. Little Ram, please. Where could we hide? Here, outside of the jewels, we live an easier life than any of our kind. As I've said, we don't have to look over our shoulders. We do not have to sleep with one eye open. We can just
watch the likes of Trom and Gaius strip away what few dignities we have.
That is something we have the power to solve with all of our effort. The same cannot be said for anything that faces a hybrid trying to avoid humans out in the wild. Here, we have the most protection any hybrid can.
What about Bran? What about Durot? Were they protected? They both vanished weeks back, after losing enough battles. How many of them have failed to entertain for long enough and disappeared? Bought on the whim of masters who failed to consider the odds before betting in the first place. How is that the best position any hybrid can have?
I'm not heartless, Micheal.
Your heart is both flesh and steel in turns, with whatever emotion suits you. In one moment, you praise the fresh-faced newcomers for their achievements, and in the next, you coldly reject that they could be destined for something far greater.
I have no control over who comes and goes in any form, but I can choose not to fill anyone's head with dreams that will end in death.
But we shall all die at the hands of humans. How long or short until the death blow is irrelevant. In that light, we might as well do what we can with the time we have.
What you choose to do is one thing, Micheal, but don't drag others into your madness.
Am I the mad one here? Have you not felt the shift? They're bringing in more newcomers than normal. Just like Curls here, skilled enough to practically fly up the ranks. Unless it's all orchestrated. They're not only cleaning out the mediocre fighters, but the old guard as well. It wasn't just Bran and Durot who didn't entertain on their own merits.
What are you on about?
You forget not only those who come and go like a breath of wind, but also those cornerstones that are pried up and tossed aside. The odds of being disposed of are the same for a newcomer or a well-seasoned gladiator. We may not be old by gladiator standards, but crowds know what to expect from us now, Brutus. We may try and switch up our styles as much as we can, but eventually, it will grow wearisome.
If it comforts you to label me as an idiot, then do so. I'm extremely aware of everything you've said. That doesn't change my perspective. In this world, in this arena, we must have gratitude for anything we can before it's all taken away. I know that it will happen someday. So then, what is the point in wallowing in dread? Best to take what good you can, day to day. Utilize what little power we do have, and take contentment in that.
Or we could risk it all for something infinitely better. Our freedom.
I don't see starving in the wild, being cut down by guards, impaled by spikes, or cursed by spells, anything approaching freedom.
You yourself have laid out a plan to unite us for a single goal. If we can all stand our ground and refuse to fight just for a few missing crates, what more might we do together?
That's why they contain our numbers with magic, rather than manpower.
Even magic has its limits. Were we to find them, the strength of our numbers would ensure our escape.
Again, if that were possible, even if we were to make it out of the walls of this city, where then would we go?
There are enough of us fodder boys to understand subsistence in the wild. Isn't that right, Curls? Oh yes, I grew up as fodder, just like you. In addition to all the training and busy work, they taught us to live off the land, as we'd be expected to do on any battlefield.
We would have to travel unimaginably far to find any stretch of land devoid of humans to haul us back.
There is more wild land than there is settled human villages or cities. However, there could already be pockets of hybrids living in their own communities out there. I've heard tell that there are established sanctuaries.
Rumours like that have always been whispered to give us false hope. Of all people, Micheal, I didn't expect you to cling to such a thought of freedom. You were ever the skeptic, yet here you are speaking of escape and sanctuaries.
It's Curls here. He stoked my drive to seek more from life. But what life do we truly live in the human's clutches? If we can stand together and demand the bare minimum, with you as our leader, I see no reason we cannot scheme further.
This coming from the Naga who squared up with him in your first conversation.
Maintaining the pecking order will be irrelevant outside these walls. My perspective has shifted.
I don't know what to make of you right now. Listen, girls, I'm not discussing this any further. If you and Micheal want to bond over a hopeless endeavour, be my guest. I'm going to spar in the training ground.
I never would have guessed when you first came into this room that I would be the one wanting you to stay while Brutus stormed out. What a difference a fresh face can make in our dreary lives. I think you and I could do great things for our kind, little ram.